All right, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be doing the backlinking process for our website, and we're going to be building this up into an authority website. So let's get going. Now, right off the bat, my favorite type of links that we can have is private blog networks, or PBNs. Now, if you're not familiar with what a PBN is, then basically it's just a network of sites that we control. And the reason why I'm such a fan of these is because that's it. We control them, right? We can put them on different IPs. We can hide the footprints. We can do everything that we need to do in order to link to our money sites and again, just really control them. So let's draw this out real quick, and I'm going to change the color scheme of this just so we're not getting confused here. So we'll just change this to a blue color, and I'm just going to title this as PBN. And so you'll know private blog network, right? Now, one thing that a lot of people will ask is, Derek, how many PBNs do I have to have? And how many posts am I going to have to make, and things like that. And these are all, questions that are really relative to whatever niche that you're in. Okay, so if you're in a super competitive niche that's very, that's got some of the best SEOs out there, then you're going to need more PBNs. You're going to have to build it out over time, and it may take you longer to rank. If you're going after something that's really long tail, maybe there's not quite as much competition, then you can rank in a very short period of time. So what we recommend that you do is you focus on some of the longer tail stuff that you can rank for initially. Start getting some traffic. One of the things that's very important as an SEOer is to see some success early on. And this can be just literally just showing up in the search results on page 2 or page 3. It will keep you motivated to keep pursuing what you're going after, which is, a top ranking, right? So one of the things that I want you to, that I urge you to do is maybe focus on some of the longer tail stuff and maybe some of the less competitive niches that are out there, and in that way you can get your feet wet, you can get some experience, and more importantly, you get some positive reinforcement of that what you're doing is right. Okay, so we've got these 3 PBN buttons here. Now, this doesn't represent 3 PBNs. Like I said, it's all going to depend on how competitive your niche is and how competitive the market is and what your competition is doing. That's one of the things that you want to do. I've done some different type of training and things like that at my website, trafficdiesel.com, just on some competitive analysis type stuff that you can check out there. That's not what this training is about, so I would recommend you go to there if you are wondering about how to analyze your competition and things like that. So we've got these PBN sites that we're buying. Now, what I like to do is I like to start out with 3 to 5 PBNs just to see where I'm going to go, right? And also these PBNs that we're talking about, another thing is how authoritative they are, right? Are they just old sites with no authority built to them, or do they have backlinks already built to them? So there's a lot of things that can determine how many PBNs that you may need, depending on the metrics. Okay, and again, I go into more training and whatnot on the blog at trafficdiesel.com on competitive analysis and analyzing domains and things like that. We're not going to get into that in this video, or it'll be 6 hours long. So with that being said, what we want to do is we want to look for good quality age domains, if at all possible, and they don't have to be necessarily relevant to our particular niche, right? We can retheme our private blog networks into whatever niche that we're going after. Okay, so if we are wanting to link to this DJI Phantom, then what we may want to do is create PBNs surrounding like quadcopters or radio control helicopters, anything relative to that, right? And we can make these about, again, whatever we want. Sites change all the time. They retheme them all the time. Websites change hands all the time. So this is not going to be anything to really raise a red flag with Google. We've done this for a long, long time, where we'll buy an age domain, and it can be about something, some particular topic, and we'll retheme it to be about something completely different. Okay, it's not anything uncommon. Now, I will recommend that you get my Rebuild Age Domains plugin and the course with that, because that'll go into detail a little bit about what I'm looking for with some of the age domains, and it will also go into show you how to rebuild the age domains in a very short period of time without losing the link juice. Okay, so what we want to do, and I'm gonna make another one of these just so we can spread these out right here. One thing from our PBN, what we want to do is when we're making these posts, and I'm using Rank Gold to post to my own sites. Again, these right here, these are all sites that we own, and these are all sites that we have in our network. So I'm using Rank Gold for this purpose right here, to post to this PBN. Now, a few things that we're doing differently than probably what you've seen anybody else do or anybody else teach is we're not putting out links on every single post. Okay, that doesn't look natural, it doesn't look right, and that can get you into trouble. So what we're doing is we're making posts, and some of the posts may not include any links. They may just include a little bit of content and a video. Some posts will actually link out to a money site, or to our money site. Some posts are going to link out to another authority site. So we try to make these PBNs look as legit as we possibly can. And when we say legit, what we mean is make them look like a real website. Make these look like a real website. Don't just stick up the default theme with WordPress and whatnot. Make these look real, and what I mean by that is having your About Us page, your Contact Us page, disclaimer pages, and all that right here, and linking out to other authority sites. It's just going to make your PBNs last for a longer term, as opposed to just sticking up the default theme and letting it rip. So when we make our posts, what we're going to be doing is we're not going to be just linking just straight to the home page. Okay, that's not what we're going to do. Now, we will sprinkle a few homepage links in there, but what we want to do is we want to spread these links out to some of these inner pages that we're trying to rank for. Okay, so like you may have a link to the home page, but you're also going to link out, and let me pull this off here so we can kind of keep up with this a little bit easier. Create this bigger arrow here so we can kind of keep up with have a different color scheme, and that way you know what we're referring to here. So we're going to sprinkle in some homepage to the homepage, but we want to really focus on these inner pages. Okay, and by focusing on these inner pages and what we're going to be linking to here, that authority again is going to build over to our homepage, just like what we were talking about, because all of these inner pages are linking to our homepage. Okay, so that link juice is just going to flow from our PBNs to these individual pages and up to this page and up to our homepage. Okay, so I hope that makes sense of how this is working. And overall, the overall domain is going to increase in authority, and before long, you're going to actually have an authority site. And so then, whenever you start making these posts, it's just going to increase your rankings over the entire domain, as opposed to just that one single post. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to build here. So, like, let's just say, for example, we wanted to link to this particular page right here, this phantom page. So what we would do is we would just simply, let me copy this right here. What we would do here is we would link to this particular page from one of our PBNs, and I'm going to have to use a different arrow here just so it's not taking up and covering up the whole page. So what we'll do is we'll link, say, to this parts page, right? And the link to this one may be, you know, related to Phantom or Phantom parts or whatever. It's going to be something relevant to this particular page's content, okay? So then what we want to do is we want to sprinkle in, like I said, some links to this page right here, right? And what we want to do is this linking from here to here, the anchor text needs to be something relevant to, you know, the Phantom, okay? And whatever term you're trying to rank for on this one needs to be relevant to that particular keyword, okay? Now, we'll get into diversifying the anchor text here in just a moment, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how we're doing this. So if we're linking to this parts page and we're trying to link or trying to rank for like Phantom parts and things like that, our anchor text would be relative to Phantom parts. If we're linking to this page, which is we're linking for Phantom, right? Just the general term Phantom. Then this is the page we would link to. The anchor would be something relative to Phantom or the Phantom 2 or Phantom 3. If we're wanting to rank for reviews, then what we're going to do is we're going to be linking from, you know, our PBN to this reviews page, and by having all of these links built, like I said before, by building all these links to these inner pages, what that's going to do is it's going to build the overall authority of not only is it going to help to rank this page, and this page, and this page, but it's also going to build the authority of our home page, okay? And it's just going to improve the overall SEO. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, one of the things about our private blog network is when you buy these PBNs, you're going to be looking at and analyzing them to see what backlinks are there. And again, we recommend that you don't buy anything that's got, you know, a bunch of spammy links or anything like that. If you're using this for like a client's website, or if you're using this for like a longer term project, then you want to be sure the links are clean. And what we like to see is brandable links from high quality sources. So let me just give you some examples here. Let me draw this right here. So like this might be like Forbes, links from Forbes, Wikipedia, WebMD, something like that, right? So these links, you'll have these existing links that are linking to your PBN, right, whenever you buy them. Now, what happens is, and let me see if I can shrink this down a little bit so we can get this all in the screen here. So what happens is over time, you're going to see some of these links from Forbes, Wikipedia, and WebMD. What you're going to see happen is these links fall off over time. Okay, it's just a fact of life. You're going to start losing some of the links. Hopefully, you're able to keep most of the authoritative links, right? But these links are going to fall off over time. So what we encourage you to do, and what is really working well right now, is to start building links and social signals to these PBNs, okay? And what this is going to do, this is just going to make your PBN look even more real, all right? So whenever you're doing this, you want to add as a second tier, you want to add social signals. And I like Facebook and Twitter. Myself personally, I really like Twitter. I've seen, you know, Twitter really help these pages right here and actually help rank overall. So what we're going to do is we are going to do social shares, social signals, shares, Twitter likes, or Twitter status updates that mention, you know, and have our link in there of our PBN, and Facebook, some Facebook shares and likes and whatnot. And again, that's just going to make our site more authoritative, because what's happening here is if you look at Facebook and you look at Twitter, let me just pull this up real quick. These are authority channels, right? So like if you got Twitter, twitter.com, if you look, the domain authority is 100, You've got a page authority of 97. This is a super authoritative site. Google's got a PR10, even though PageRank doesn't matter as much anymore, but it's got it as a PR10. So this is a super authoritative site. So whenever you're getting mentioned, when your PBNs are getting mentioned on sites like Twitter, Facebook, super authoritative sites, then that link juice is just going to continue to push up to your money site. Okay, and this right here, what we're talking about, is a super safe way to be able to backlink and to build the overall authority over time. So, again, you're going to have some drop off, and you want to be sure that you're supplementing these. Now, this right here, this process can be automated through RSS feeds. Okay, and we'll cover that in another video of how you can automate this process. There's two tools that you can use to automate the process. One is SendWire, and the other is Hootsuite. So I'll kind of go into detail about what you can do with that, but essentially what we're doing is we're going to Fiverr. We're having a bunch of profiles created on Twitter as well as Facebook. You can also do LinkedIn if you're using Hootsuite, and creating a bunch of profiles, load them up in there, and once your PBN is updated, it will go out and drop a link or a like from those authority sites, okay? And we'll update their status, and obviously it'll have a link to your PBN, okay? And that's just gonna make your site look more real. These PBNs are gonna last a whole lot longer, and it's gonna build the authority of your private blog network, and in turn, it's gonna build the overall authority to your money site. Okay, so that's how this is going to flow. Now, what we want to do, like I said before, is these PBNs, I'm just going to delete that because we're not using it. Let me see if I can scoot all this over here. Our PBNs are going to be our best source of links. Okay, no doubt, best source of links out there. You can do, social signals and all this other stuff and Web 2.0s. But if you're trying to rank for a real term that you're going to get some real traffic from, chances are you need to employ your own private blog network. There's nothing else out there that's doing the power of a private blog network. And like I said, you don't want to link to just the home page. You want to sprinkle these out to your inner pages. Now, what we want to do as well is we can use our PBN, and we can also use some Web 2.0 sites, right? So we can use like Web 2.0 sites, and I'm just going to list these right here. These would be like Weebly. I'm just going to list some of my favorite ones. I like Blogspot. I like WordPress. And I like Rebel Mouse. And I also like to use get response pages. Now, I'm not going to cover how to do that, but I cover that in another training called Borrowed Authority Method that will show you how to use get response and Aweber pages. And you may not have that service or those services, but it's just another way that I can differentiate and have a good mixture of Web 2.0 sites to use in conjunction with my PBN. Okay, so I'm just going to change the color of this here just so we know what we're talking about. And with these Web 2.0 sites, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the same thing that we did with our PBN. We're going to be linking to these individual. We're going to be sprinkling links to our homepage, and then we're also going to be sprinkling links to our individual, we're going to be sprinkling links to our individual pages that you see here, like the reviews page, the Phantom page, and whatnot. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to use the same set of profiles all the time, right? So don't go in and just create all of these. You should be, looking for other sites that you can implement as well. Something else you can do is you can also use the Web 2.0 profiles with Rank Gold. Okay, so you can use those. You can create custom keyword-rich sites and use those. All right. So what you're doing here is you're linking to your to your individual pages, and you're also linking to, sprinkling in some links to your home page. Now, what you want to do is you can also add the same automation to these sites right here. Okay, so you can do like social signals to your Web 2.0 profiles, your Weebly, your Blogspot, and again, you can use some software to do that with, or you can hire someone on Fiverr to actually go out and do these social shares on these properties too. And what that's going to do is that's just going to build authority to your individual pages over time. So what we've done here is again, this may look like a lot of stuff's going on here, but the main point that we want to focus on is these PBNs, and we're building authority to the PBNs and building more links to them instead of just buying the domains and then letting the links die out. We're taking Web 2.0 properties and we're putting out content on these, and again, we're using Weebly, Blogspot, WordPress, Rebel Mouse, GetResponse, and Aweber, just to name a few. And then we're linking to the individual pages, and we're also linking to sprinkling out some links to the home page. Okay, so we're going to go into a little bit more detail in the next video, and I'm going to show you specifically how we're doing this. I'll see you in the next video.